was time. Wind don't blow the sea. My love lies 'neath frozen skies and waits in sweet repose for me. And misses, because I never miss. Pure nothing but net every time, baby. Nothing but net. Mike's Music Method. Come on in, guys. Hats off. Another fantastic Townes Van Zandt song, Snow Don't Fall. This song was brought to you by Brian. Brian with a Y, not an I. So everyone comment below. Thank you, Brian. He pitched in. He sponsored this song. It's a lovely song, and he threw in $150 and he said, hey Mike, bump this song up on the list. And so I did, and here you go, Brian. Snow Don't Fall by Townes Van Zandt. This is actually an excellent song for beginner finger pickers. Very simple. There's a couple versions of the song. One has piano, but then there's a different version on the late great Townes Van Zandt, or maybe I'm getting them confused. But either way, beautiful song. The one with guitar is a super simple repetitive arpeggio for beginners, simple chords, but yet, like most Townes songs, in its simplicity, the melody is gorgeous, the lyrics are hauntingly beautiful. And let's dive right in. Thank you, Brian, and of course to all my patrons and everyone supporting. Thank you guys, you make these videos possible. So pat yourself on the back for supporting Mike's Music Method, and for those of you who aren't, please consider support. You'll feel good about yourself for bringing great education to everyone. No further ado, Townes Van Zandt, Snow Don't Fall. Measure 1, capo's on 3. Start with an A chord. Good news is the pattern is the same for the entire song. So let's talk about the pattern here, and then we're going to just breeze through these chords. It's going to be a very easy one to learn. So let's get the hard part out of the way. Let's start on the A chord. The whole thing is going to be thumb, pointer, middle, thumb, pointer, middle, thumb, pointer. And that's it. So you got your thumb on 5, pointer fingers on 2, middle fingers on 1. Just doing an A major chord. So 5, 2, 1. And then you're going to do 4, 2, 1. And then 3, 2. And again, that whole time for every chord, the entire song, thumb, pointer, middle, then the thumb goes to the 4th string, pointer, middle, then thumb on the 3rd string, and it just ends thumb, pointer. So 5th string, 4th, 3rd, 5th, 4th, 3rd. It's the thumb that's giving it all that cool movement. And that's it. We'll just go through the chords. That is always the same. Let's breeze through it. You already know the song. Yeah. So we've all got our free tabs, free to download, mikesmusicmethod.com. What a guy, it's all free. So you got your tab downloaded, you're looking at it. Measure 2 is the same as 1. And then the verse starts on measure 3, and it's 3 and 4 are exactly the same as 1 and 2, but he starts singing over it. Snow don't fall. But right in measure 4, we go to an F sharp minor. I'm just voicing it as a big old bar chord. And I suppose you could do the thumb over the top. You don't need the 5th string because that thumb pattern now on the F sharp minor is 6, 4, 3. Everything else is identical, so it's 6, 2nd string 1st, 4th, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd. Pattern's all the same except for that 1st thumb hit. He's hitting the root of the F sharp minor, which is on the 6th string. And I'm just doing it as a regular left hand. If you really wanted to simplify, you could bar it and use your ring finger instead of the pinky. I don't know if that's to any benefit really, or you could do just the top 4 with your thumb over the top, but I find that a little more complicated too. So regular bar chord there. Measure 5 is a D chord, and again the thumb's doing a slightly different pattern because we're starting on the 4th string because that is the root of a D chord. It's a D. So we got the 4th string, 4th string, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, then back to the 4th, and here he does the 2nd. I'm using my pointer because my pointer's been hitting that 2nd string the whole time. and that keeps with that same right hand pattern. 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2 are the strings, and then the fingers, as always, thumb, pointer, middle, thumb, pointer, middle, thumb, pointer. Measure 5 is back to the A chord. We've talked about that. 6 and 7 are back to the F sharp minor. And then back to a D chord, back to an A chord, back to an F sharp minor, back to a D chord, back to an A chord. I'm just breezing through it. In measure 16, we get a G chord, and we'll go through the whole song order in a second, the chord progression, but I'm just giving you all the patterns so you have them, and then we'll practice together in a minute. But on the G chord, it is the same as that F sharp minor chord. So you got 6th string, 2nd, 1st, 4th, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, and it's still the same right hand. Thumb, pointer, middle, thumb, pointer, middle, thumb, pointer. And then measure 27, we have an E major chord. That's going to appear only one time in the song, and it's voiced the same way at the end of the bridge here. Same as that G. 6, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2. Always the same right hand pattern. The song is super easy. You already know how to play it. Now let's learn it. A quick technique note before we dive into the chord progression and start singing it together is a few ways to do it. You can palm mute it. This is a song where I do like using a thumb pick because it's naturally a little bit louder, where the other ones are just kind of delicate little lighter notes. But by no means do you have to use a thumb pick. It sounds fine without it. Just cuts through a little bit more with that thumb pick on, but your call. And one more hyper technique note for you guys who really want to geek out on this. And if you don't want to, just timestamps below are your best friend. You can jump ahead. But a really fine technique point for you guys who want to do it right. And this song's slow, but in order to get this quicker, I did Leonard Cohen's Stranger Song. I'll link to that, where he does that same kind of pattern, similar pattern, but blazing fast. And the way to get it fast is to prep. We call it preparation. And it's worth putting some time into. I know it's going to seem boring, but it's going to make you a much better player. So I'm putting this tip up front. What we're going to do is when I play the first 3 notes, so let's just do measure 1 here. When I play that thumb, my pointer and middle are already resting on the 2nd and the 1st string. Right, they're already there. They're good to go after I play that thumb. Now the second I play the middle finger here, I'm going to prep my 4th finger by putting it down on the 4th, or prep my thumb by putting it down on the 4th string. So watch this, I've got them all down. The moment I play this middle finger, my thumb goes down to that 4th string, and it's touching. Now the second I play this 4th string, I'm prepping I and M back down here. Play the thumb, then right when I play my middle finger, I prep my thumb on the 4th string. I missed it. There, it's prepped. And then the moment I play this thumb, I'm prepping I and M on the 2nd and 3rd string. So I play that thumb, and my I and M go out at the same time to touch the 2nd and 1st string. And then they're there and they're ready to go. Then the second I play this middle finger, now my thumb is prepped on the 3rd string. And of course, the moment I play that 3rd string, my pointer goes out to prep on the 2nd string. It seems ridiculous, but take that really slow, and maybe you're just doing the beginning where you're doing the moment I play this middle finger, I'm prepping the thumb, and just get used to that idea. And for me, the prep is weird with the thumb pick on, because I usually don't play with a thumb pick. For me, it's more natural. I don't want to say more natural, I just have more practice doing it, right? That's kind of a long thumb pick. Prepped right away. Now, the second I play this thumb, I'm going to practice prepping these two. So my thumb's here, and these two go down at the same time. And this seems like, Mike, what are you talking about, dude? What's the point of this? Because when you get fast, it's all about having those fingers getting there before you play them. I'm sure if I practice this more, I can get even quicker. But when you start playing at faster speeds, you don't have a second to spare. So when I'm playing one finger, my other ones are getting ready. They're not being lazy and just lounging around. It's like going back to play defense. I suck at sports, so this analogy might be terrible, but I did play basketball in 7th grade. So if you're on offense and you shoot and you see that and you miss, or whoever on your team shoots and misses, because I never miss. Pure nothing but net every time, baby. Nothing but net. So when my teammate shoots and misses, and I see their guy going up, and I think, you know, he's going to get the rebound, I'm already backpedaling, right? So you're anticipating the next move in the game. Mike's music method over here. I'm an excellent. If you knew me personally and realize how little interest I have in sports, you might laugh. But that's the idea. You're looking ahead. You're thinking ahead, like in checkers or any game of strategy that you play. And it's the same thing with this guitar playing. You're thinking ahead to prep those fingers. Let's just go on with the song and actually learn it. Here we go. All right, measure 1. We're just going to play through it together fairly slow, and then we'll even do a more deliberate run through later on, but I'll kind of talk you through it. Got the intro on A. Does it again. 5, 4, 3. And then he starts singing. Thumbs on 5, 4, 3. And then F sharp minor, 6, 4, 3. And remember, every time it's just thumb, I, M, thumb, I, M, thumb, I. And they're always planted here on 1 and 2. So you got that F sharp minor. Then to a D chord. This one's 4th, 3rd, 4th. Back to the A. 5, 4, 3. F sharp minor. 6, 4, 3, 6, 4, 3. Back to the D. Back to the A. This is the only weird part in measure 10. He is lifting a moment just to get to the chord quicker. It almost sounds like an accident because he doesn't do it many other times in the song, if at all. But he kind of just lifted a moment too soon. Townes is always doing those little open notes to give himself some time to play through the chord. So I think he just kind of did it out of habit. The rest of the song seems pretty deliberately on note here. And that's the idea. I'm not going to walk you through the whole thing. What I will do is we'll do slow run-throughs now, and I'll have the chords up on the screen so that you can follow along. And that's it. You know the song already. Donation pitch. To all my patrons and people donating on PayPal and snail mailing me checks. Hats off, thank you. You're bringing such a great finger-picking education to the world. To those of you who are not monthly subscribers or haven't donated, please consider the value for value model. My promise to you guys is to never have any of my content behind a paywall. I put a lot of time and effort into listening to these songs and generating really great tabs that aren't out there on the internet. And if there are tabs, I try to pride myself on making them better, and I really obsess. And then I give you the tab for free, and I make these lengthy videos giving you note for note detailed breakdowns with some technique stuff in there. And I hope you appreciate it. If you've come this far in the video, you're probably getting value from it. So just consider the value for value model. That might be $50 a month, $10 a month. Maybe every time you learn a song from this channel, you give me $20, $5 a month. I don't know what the value for value is to you. That's for you to decide. Maybe it's $500 a year. Maybe it's like a private lesson. So every time you learn from this channel, you're pitching in a certain amount. Whatever, it's up to you to decide. And even if you don't have money right now, you send me a lovely email, comment nice below, give a thumbs up, and tell me a bit about yourself. And if the channel's helping you learn stuff, that's the value for value model. Someone else gave me artwork. Check out this amazing Townes Van Zandt artwork. Thanks. Yeats Makes, check out his channel if I remember the link here. Yeats Makes, Mark, thank you. And that's the value for value model. If you guys, the more you pitch in, the more time I can give to this channel to make these awesome tutorials. And you can feel extra good about it because you're not just keeping my lights on and feeding me and my children, but also you're making these videos available for free to everyone on the internet who doesn't have the means, who wants to learn some freaking awesome Townes Van Zandt stuff, John Hurt, Outlaw Country, and whatever you want. You can sponsor a song, mikesmusicmethod.com. If there's one you really want to hear, give a few coins to the, this goofy guy over here, and he'll tab out the song for you and make a video. All right, onward. The bridge, nothing new here, just that E chord that we already talked about. It is G, D, A, A, G, D, A, E. So let's do it from the bridge. 2, 3, 4. Top, which is the A chord for another verse, and the song ends. If you look at measure 17, it's the F sharp minor at the end of the verse, A, and he just ends on an open A. Yeah. So we will run it from the top once all the way through, and then the second time I'll put the lyrics for you singers who want to see where the placement is of the vocal line. And then we'll do the bridge. So real slow from the top. Got your tab downloaded. 2, 3, 4. Start singing normally. Back to measure 3. And misses, because I never miss. Pure nothing but net every time, baby. Nothing but net, nothing but net, nothing but net.